Hi, it's Johnny again. Today is Thursday, the 7th of April 2016. I'm just doing this last video for the day to call the WAITANGI MARAE Security to organise the gate opening and the marae to go in on the 15th of April 2016 at 5 o'clock in the morning till 6 or even 7 o'clock because Kingi Taurua, chief of Te Tii Marae, I called him and he wanted to use the top marae for a hui straight after the blessings of the flag raising ceremony. And so I will organise that with Mori Ratana, the Treaty House and the gates to get access for the Taumata and the elders and the Taurangatira, the Hapu and the Whanau chiefs of the Whakaminenga. This is a special historic occasion of the Whakaputanga flag, the 1834 Declaration of Independence flag that the British flew since 1946. They formed their navy to Britain links for occupation of the leased lands thereon in Russell on Mikey Hill. Mikey Hill is above the township of Russell, Kororareka. Okay, so this is the flag that the British first put up because it's the King of England's flag, monarch, statement of confidence, flag sovereign authority. Okay, the King's sovereignty, and he recognised our Hapu, native, indigenous chiefs' sovereignty of their own and self-government. Okay, so it's still there as a private contract of a mortgage, land, creditor statement in itself. Jurisdiction of Admiralty court-martial law applies, while Pope Francis destroyed all other Admiralty court-martial laws in the Vatican that all the parliaments are using in the world because of the fraud and corruption right through the system with the Queen as the head of state. I'm going there with Jamie, Anna Marie Patrick Stewart. She's a Patrick, by the way, her name, the 8-point star on the flag, and St. Patrick's Church, Ireland. We're going to England to sack the Queen as head of the trust, the Queen Victoria Trust, and the King William IV original trust with us with his flag as trading accord of our own with the Whakaminenga, the 8 tribes of Ngati, Nui Tonu. Okay, so Ngati, this is the kingmaker flag of the world in the commercial field of banks and mortgages that allow the Bank of England to sell its pound note to USA, run by King George III, the father of King William IV, King George IV and King Ernest Augustus I. The 3 brothers and their father, King George III, implemented this flag of Admiralty mortgage. That's the only mortgage flag of a king in the world, and trading free passage through the world and through the Commonwealth, 53 countries plus 250 countries that we're saying the flag has gone into trade of some sort or another by the Queen and her dare I say it, dirty money that has been pirated through the Rothschild Bank's pound note. We have our own pound note printing rights and minting of the gold coin of King William IV. You'll see on my site, you'll see on Facebook, you'll see on YouTube. King William IV's coin. Okay, that he legislated the acts of the Bank of England Act and also the Printing Money Pound Note Acts and the Gold Coin Acts in his 1830 to 1837 Acts of Westminster Parliament applies under this whakaputanga flag and us the native to absorb all the native indigenous people in the world under the Commonwealth of the world government that we're running under this flag. Here in Auckland, New Zealand and the East Cape of New Zealand and up in Waitangi on the treaty grounds where we are confiscating all of those lands with the Taumata and the elders and the taurangatira, aratakis and the Whanau hapu. Okay, so we're going through that process at the moment of just those chiefs, the 34 to 37 chiefs of Ngāpuhi, the 8 tribes. I've got all the titles here of the Waitangi blocks and those blocks up north and the Auckland blocks and the East Cape blocks through the Maori Native Court and John Rogan in our family, the Wanoas and the Manukau's. Those titles stretch right through the country. Okay, so please bear with us while we put the records straight with the King of England statement of confidence from the British government. Okay, not the Crown, the government. The Crown, in our sense, is King William and his crown with our contract only. Our crown is the hat on top of the Moai's head in Dunedin, in New Zealand here. The British and the New Zealand government crown put it there. They put the Moai real one from East Island, Rapa Nui, and put it in Dunedin for the Pākehās. Okay, when they occupied the land, they put our Moai memorial title there. Okay, so that Queen Victoria put the Moai in London, that it's in the museum. That's our title, the Tahitian title to this whakaputanga flag, Ngāpuhi. So Ngāpuhi, you 8 tribes, I have all your history that I'm going to bring up to Waitangi. I took it to Taumata Marae and spread it on the form. You saw the books and 1 or 2 of the elders took some photos. That's fine. But the title is inside those documents and no one's got them. The old people like Mohi Manukau and Haria Utatonga and Delwi Hungi and Mati Tarawa, all those chiefs left it with me because they didn't trust no one else but me, and that's why I have to put it back in its place and put the record straight that the king and the hapu is the overriding title of jurisdiction to Britain, as finally after 182 years from the 10th of March 1834 the Navy put this flag up from Britain on that British settlement. The immigrants came in and proclaimed it belongs to the King of England, His Majesty, still there with us. Contract no one can touch in the world. Okay, so I'm taking that role as King John, the commercial King John, as a king surrogate, William IV of Britain, UK, of Hanover, of AOTEA, New Zealand and Pacific Islands, and of the Commonwealth of the world government we are running. We are running that government here on the East Coast on the land blocks of Moai Memorial, straight from there to Easter Island. Easter Island, 12 noon, Rapa Nui, big shine face of the sun, Ra. Midday straight up, Te Pito, birth of the world, Anakena, Easter Island, the Moai statue, memorial to God's law. L-O-R-E, spirit, belongs to us. Founding documents of the Pacific Islands and the world for that matter. 12 midday, 6 a.m. at Te Pito, from Te Pito to Te Pito, the birth of this country, New Zealand, AOTEA. 6 a.m. Shortest distance to the sun, Ra, is there. Right on 6 a.m. London, 6 p.m. Right on the dot. 6 p.m. The 3 points of the earth, the sun is shining at the same time. Only 3 spots of dry land in the world is this title we hold over this planet Earth, Moai statue memorial. Spirit, title to God's truth, my word against yours. That's our law. And King William's man's law, money, wealth, and business. Memorial. British Emperor, Roman Emperor is King William IV. Commercially, the only king in the world with mortgages and banks, acts, Parliament from Westminster, is our business. With the British military, our partners. They are responsible, I wouldn't say exactly liable, but responsible to come here on our land blocks at the East Cape, Te Pito, Rangitukia, Waiapu River mouth, and set up your military to protect us this time around because of the invading aliens from America and everybody else coming into our waters, our sky, and spraying it with all the toxins of the Vatican, poisons, Jesuits, NATO, UN, all those elements of corruption and fraud using our Admiralty, King William's title, to commerce and banknotes. So we are here with our pound note. We are here to do business. After all these 182 years, to the 10th of March this year is 182 years, and to the 28th of October 2016, 181 years has gone past since this flag first went up on Kororareka. Okay, so I wanted to just tell you that. Now I'm going to call Mori, Ratna, and just bear with me a minute. I've got message. Okay. Maury, I'm going to run out of credit in here, I think. I'll just try and see if I can get a call through before it runs out. Okay, here's the number. Right. I just can see that it's running out of credit. 027 702 2 put it next to here. Maury, it's John Wanoa here speaking in Auckland. Kia ora, kia ora. I've been talking to Tricia, and I've organised with Kingi and Taumata elders for the meeting on the Waitangi Treaty Ground. For the flag staff, I'm just waiting. I've just got to get in touch with the Navy, and I've been talking to them to clear for us to go there to the ceremony. So I just wondered that we need it between 5 and 7 in the morning of the 15th, and if we can have the marae too, because Kingi said he wanted to go in the marae and have a hui in there with the Navy as well. Yeah, if that's possible. Yeah, so it's very important. If my phone goes off, I've run out of credit. Hello? Hello? I ran out of credit. Sorry, I've run out of credit. I knew I was going to run out, but I hope he rings back. But I'll top my phone up. And but that was Maury, and I'll have to finish off this video, or I'll just top up while I'm talking. That's fine. He might ring back, and I'll just see if he does. Oh, here we go. Sorry, Murray, I ran out of credit. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we've got the Titi Marae from the 13th on the Wednesday for the Pōwhiri, and that's with the Whakaminenga, eh? And I've got all the history, everything that's been sitting from the old chiefs, and we're going to Whanau for a couple of days, and it'll be good for the museum and all that to have all that back, because I've been holding it for a long time from all the old chiefs and Mohi Manukau and all the rest of them, entrusted all that history with me, and the land titles, the first land titles there straight to Britain. So I'm holding that, and I'm going to put them back into place there, and I've had hui at Otawa Marae yesterday with all of most of the hapu have now know exactly what's the procedures and protocol to follow back to the Pōtukawa tree at Ngati, back to that those two maraes, eh? So I'm filling in all the missing bits on the legal side, and very good at doing that as well to make sure that it's going down in history with the kororareka as well. But that part has to be straightened out as well. With the dates on that, it was all okay. But I can explain all that. All I wanted to do, Kingi wanted to use the marae if we can. It's only going to be outside the business hours. It'll be 5 o'clock. That we'll get there and go straight to the flag staff and do the karakias and things from the tau rangatira on the titi in the paddock, and then into the marae for at least another half an hour or so, and then we'll be gone before 7, back to Titi Marae to carry on with the hui. The Poroporaki will be on the Friday at midday. Okay? So I can tell the chiefs and the Taumata elders that we are all go, and I'm just going to write to the Navy now. They will more than likely fill in the Navy part, so that it's all in order. I'm one with huis that are in order. Okay, that's the first one I'm having there. That's why I make sure it's all running. I'm chairing the meetings, you see. Yeah, okay. So if there's any questions, you've got my number now, and give me a call.
Yeah, sure. So I guess what you need to do here is, so just so I get some clarity here.
Yep.
You want so you're going to go to the flagpole from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning?
5 o'clock for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, the Flagstaff.
Yeah, at the Flagstaff, then into the top marae, into the Waitangi Marae,
Yeah.
to have another karakia there and Whakaminenga to put things in place there, then go back on the other side. We should be clear out of there and off the grounds by 7.
No, that's okay, but in terms of the Flagstaff,
Yeah.
what are you doing there?
We're putting the flag, the Whakaminenga flag up to the top.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's why you're engaging with the Navy. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. They didn't do it on Waitangi Day because they left it clear for the flag to go up, but they were still asleep. I was trying to tell them that I had written to the British military, Michael Fallon, and let them know our intentions, because we do have a contract with the British military and Westminster with the Flagstaff. That's a British ship, you see. And so they are watching what happens here. They can't do anything until the elders say so, or the chiefs themselves and their collective there. This is the Ngāpui Nutuanu. This is really their call, and not the other hapus from all over the other places. I'm a contract man, right? I keep the thing in perspective from when the Navy arrived from Britain. They put this flag up on the 10th of March 1834. That's the date this flag here took the first contract. Okay? And then it went into the 1835 on the Titi grounds after that. But the Navy settled on the land from Britain, and that's the settlement they brought over. All right? Just to make it clear, so you've got a fair idea of connecting that up to us to make our flag work for us. Okay?
Yep, no worries at all.
Okay, and you're quite welcome to come over and listen or ask questions at the hui and the titi.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I'll have all the answers. I'll have all the books there, all the titles, everything,
Okay,
spread out on the table, all right?
no problem, John. We'll talk closer to the time.
Yeah, okay, kia ora.
Okay,
Right,
thank you.
right. Well, there we go. You heard the man. I'll put it close so you can hear him talking, which I'm transparent and no hidden agendas, because I'm there for the people. I'm there for the people of New Zealand and Pacific Islands in the first instance, and the rest of the world after that. So I've got a responsible job to do. Over these years, I've been 20 years going up to Waitangi. That's a long time. I've watched all the old people die and just about take everything with them if I didn't ask them. Or they told me, don't listen to him, come and listen to me. That's what Machi Tarawa says. Oh, don't listen to that guy, you come and listen to me. So it's Arawa going and Mohi Manukau going, and he says, oh, don't listen to those guys, you listen to me. So I listened to the whole lot of them. And I got a different story from each one of them. But that's kapai, because Tuhui and Ngati Pro, they have their own stories, unique to Maori, and you've got to give it to them. They've tried for a long time, but the biggest secret was the actual whakaputanga itself. Well and truly embedded inside that flag was a big secret. And now you can see it with the Panama leak. Okay, big time. This was responsible. It was designed for pirates. It is a declaration of war flag for pirates who got in the road between Britain and the native Hapu Chiefs. Okay? But they didn't look at it that way. They just looked at it as being symbolic of sovereignty. But that's about all they could determine what its meaning was. They didn't think it was a bank flag, or a mortgage flag, or a trading flag, or free passage to sail around the world when you get a ship, or a plane. or 757 Boeing to fly around the world and put the flag on, sure, but not yet. Not yet. After 182 years, just about to go out and use the flag from when we raise it. Now we've got Moai interested, although he might already know what's it all about. They've been waiting for a long time for someone to say something. So they're all singing the same tune, which is what took a long time to do. 182 years to sing the same tune to each other, instead of going past each other. They can now work with Pākehā, with Indians, with Chinese, with everybody else, because God says, spread it all around. Spread it all around, but make sure, don't hurt anybody. Well, I've never seen so many people hurt in all my life on this land, and grieve and all sorts, because someone was getting more than yellow. This is about to change all of that when it's implemented in the nicest possible way, without a fired shot or a bullet being fired. Now, just to top things off, we now have the gates open and the marae available, the top marae, outside of business hours. They'll make respect for the business that's there. And we have the tupunas happy to be going inside that house for the whakaputanga. It's special. It is special time for Ngāpuhi. They're the only ones that bothered to go to England, to the king, to save this country. And that's being native in a sense, but the intelligence was something different inside this flag, of how flags work, going from one country to the other, especially Admiralty, because it allows the British to drop in from anywhere in the ocean onto a piece of dry land and say it's theirs. You see? Now we say, not quite so. You only have paper documents, and if you do anything wrong, they can be confiscated, which is what's happening here. The shirt that I have on is able to do that only, in a sense, if there's a threat on this flag. And clearly there was. With John T, several things he's broken trust with even the public that didn't vote for his football flag. Now, he put a lot of money, effort into it from the taxpayer, have wasted a lot of money, 118 billion in debt. Trump wouldn't even run his business like that. Neither would I. I would never run a business in debt, because we're not about debt, we're about credit. That's what this shirt is, okay? That's what this shirt is, and you could be wearing one too, with this 8-point star of the St. Patrick's Order Church, and how church should be run, not running business and running everybody off the land, like the Pope and the Rothschilds. They use the church, they use the religion, they use every means to steal land, and they're tax havens to screw people to pay their bills, right? So they can buy expensive land and boot everybody off. Well, that's about to go back to the king's people. A common law prevails with this flag. It's a common law king's bench court law. Okay, so I think that's long enough for this video, but I'm happy today because we've achieved a number of things. That's a miracle. That's a miracle for things, and Jamie's very happy, my business associate partner. I'm teaching her a lot of business, which to me suits this business ethic. I needed someone I can trust. It's very difficult to find them. Like those chiefs, like Mohi Manukau and Machi Tarawa and Daui Hungi and Hare o Te Tonga and Hare Rehari Kake and a few others. They left all their documents to me. That's why I've had this headache all my life. I can't wait to get rid of it off my head so I can rest, because it is a problem holding all this information and everything else on top of it, let alone the King of England and a King's title and their shirt. I have to do something about it and reduce the responsibilities and hand it to the people. Okay, so we are appealing to people in the world that this flag's for everybody in the world. In 250 countries we're going into with King William and Moai Crown pound notes. Okay, so trust us as much as I trust them, the chiefs, and also King William on his reasons to have put those acts together for us the people, not for the pirates. Okay, so join us with a free £25 share and 1 trillion shares free. Okay, of all this recovered money goes back to you. This is the best way I can put it. Under this flag, you're safe. Anybody in any of those 250 countries in our powerhouse site, Moai, M-O-A-I, powerhouse, powerhouse.com, Moai, powerhouse.com. Go there and join us for free. Okay, the rest should take care of itself. Alright, that's all I want to say. So thank you very much for watching these videos, and we shall organise next week as successful outcome. And thank you to the elders up in Otawa, and especially to Willie, Peter, there, the Taumata, and also to Poheba, Epiha, the Chief Taumata on Ngati Marae in Matari Bay, for bringing the fish heads, make me happy, and the pippies, and the corned beef, and a few other goodies to make me happy. And we'll hope to be at Marae and bring some kai with you when you come to Te Marae. For those who are going into the paddock, the camping ground is $20 a day, which is quite cheap. That will give you the access to the kitchen and to the dining room and to the paddock to park your car and have a tent side. But I'm hoping that Kingy will put the marae up, because he wants the pōwhiri to be in Te Marae and the Puraaki in the marae. So the pōwhiri will be 10 o'clock on Wednesday, the 13th of April 2016, and the Puraaki farewell is on the 15th, Friday, at 12 midday. The lunch will be earlier than 12, at around about 10:30, and so clean up and lock gates by 12. You should be off the site. Right, so we want donations when you come, and bring some kai, or if we have caterers, it's going to cost money. So I've got to work that out by next week. You will know how much it's going to cost or what you should bring. So at this point in time, we are clear to go on to the Te Marae and hire. I'm responsible for the hire and the security and the upkeep of the marae for the duration of the 2.5 days, and the visit to the Flagstaff pole on the treaty grounds to raise the whakaputanga flag to the top, with or without the Navy being present. But I'm going to write to Joe Shannon, the Chief of Navy Executive Assistant, so she's the second in command there, I guess, to write to her to outline what we require as being them present, someone present, because John Martin, the Chief of Navy Rear Admiral, is away overseas and not going to be available on that day. So I'm hoping that another representative from the Navy will come to the hui, because it's historic, of this flag that they've been flying since 1946 on Kororareka. This flag has been flying, and the Navy's been putting it up every year religiously for occupation of the land there and settlement, and also the lease lands title. Okay, that's our contract with the British right there. Okay, and the flagpole staff on the treaty grounds is the contract with the New Zealand government, that we're changing roles with the flags because of the threat inside the flag. I've said before enough times that we will not allow any repugnant law over our King William laws of the land laws of England applies from then on. Okay? So the government will be running its government at reduced authority because of us coming in with a higher authority straight to Britain, and the statement of confidence from the British military and Westminster government on notice from us a higher authority of sovereignty and monarch, because the Queen has defaulted on her contract with Queen Victoria Trust, and our beneficiaries of that trust, we're still beneficiaries of that trust that she's run out. I'm going to get an audit with the British military to audit the HM Treasury in England, Britain, UK, and the Treasury, New Zealand Treasury, Bill English. I'm going to get it audited to audit the books and open them up for us to look at. And also the British military to come here straight away to the East Cape on our land blocks and put the new airports in on the riverbed on our land blocks, the A7B, Haho B land blocks, and right to Tiki Tiki. That's 13 to 15 kilometres long, right along there. I've got all the plans for that, and the development of the wharf and the Navy facilities there for protection of the Pacific Ocean of our financial investment interests with Britain, UK, Westminster, and Devon, England, King William's property, where we will set this flag up on next to his memorial, and the county sheriff will come under this flag. There, the authority over Britain and the Commonwealth, countries of the world, will be this flag. Okay? Because the Queen's gone, and the monarch, we're going to keep going. Back to the King. Back to the King of England. Long live the King. And King Solomon to King William the Conqueror to King William the Fourth. Straight through to Ernest Augustus, the fifth reigning sovereign monarch with this flag. Thank you very much, John Whanau, King John, Auckland, New Zealand. Bye. See you later.